Bueno, mi gente, aquí estamos. Vamos a ver si esto sale. Mire, traté de arreglar Facebook y no pude arreglar Facebook. And I'm talking in Spanish. Well, okay, so my people, I tried to do this video at 2. I couldn't do it at 2. Then I tried to do it at 3:30 and Facebook keeps giving me a blowout issue, so I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm here. I'm gonna try to do this video. I'm gonna decode some of the things that are happening at CNN. So here I am, and I started speaking Spanish, so I don't even know why, because I used to do a video in Spanish. For those that follow me know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so welcome to the Decoder Show. Welcome to the way that we decode things that have happening on the internet. We're going to talk about what's happening, and we're going to talk about a lot of other things. So let's see what's going on. I'm trying to get the video. We are live in Orbis.net, Rumble. We are live at X. We are live in YouTube, but we are in Rumble also. Yeah, I said Rumble, yeah. But we're not live at Facebook. Facebook is giving us a little bit difficulty, so we're going to leave it like that. We should be in the right place today. Let's see. Decoder Show, yeah. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if I'm going to be able, let me see, to push this to Facebook. I'm trying right now. It says connected. It says connected. Facebook is live too. So we are live in Facebook. We are live in Orbis. We are live in Rumble. We are live in X and YouTube. So we are live in all platforms. So we're going to decode a very interesting video today. We're going to bring the facts. We're going to bring the information. We're going to bring what is really happening. So to be able to discuss this, we have to get into the conversation really fast. There was a heated exchange in CNN. I don't know if this was yesterday or today, talking about ICE, the Immigration and Enforcement Agency, supposedly leaving kids alone after arresting their parents or adults that were with those kids. So let's listen to Ana Navarro, the supposedly Republican Hispanic that was in CNN that was never Republican. You all know that. But let's listen to Ana Navarro, telling us supposedly that, ICE was doing this thing. So let me see if this is the video. I want to make sure I put the right video here. I'm pretty sure this is it. But let's listen to Ana Navarro. Let's get to the video and let's try to decode this information. Where's my sharing mode? Here we go. Let's see why.
We've all seen it.
So she starts saying, we all seen it. That, ICE is leaving kids alone, supposedly. Let's go. Let's see this.
Should be.
You definitively state that they're not being properly trained. Do you know that?
Because they're shooting dogs. They're shooting dogs in people's that have been locked in people's bathrooms. They're abandoning small children alone in cars while
They're abandoning small children alone in cars. People, if you're watching me, I prefer for you to watch me in Rumble. Go to Rumble, the Decoder Show, and look for us there. Please help us grow the channel there. If you're not subscribed, subscribe please in our Rumble channel. That's the best way to watch us. I know we are doing lives on Facebook. We are doing live in Orbis. Orbis and Rumble is the way to go. Please support us there. Share the video from there. Open the account there, register there, please. That is the way to go. Rumble, let's support the platforms to support our rights, our free speech, okay? Please, let's do that. So, let's continue listening to Ana Navarro. The numbers is 321-613-8339, 321-613-8339. We don't have the, I don't think I have the lines open right now. But if you want to send us a text, we will read it online. We will, we are live right now. So if you want to just send us a text and try to call us or whatever, I will try to bring you in. So, and then I was saying that they are killing dogs. They're actually leaving children alone, right? And all this stuff. So let's continue to listen. So what she's alluding to is she's saying, well, the ICE agents are not trained correctly. they're not being trained correctly because they're doing all these things that are not supposed to be done by the law enforcement, agency of ICE. Let's continue listening to the video.
No, it's not false. Look it up. Don't just say false. I actually
abandoning small children. They turned the children over to HHS.
There were actually small children abandoned in a highway in a car in Cicero, Illinois. What?
Okay, so let's stop this because she's using one specific case, the one in Cicero, Illinois. We have that case here. We have all the articles of all the incidents of what happened and what the actual article says, right? So there is one case. So I'm going to put the 4 or 5 cases that I found online that they are using as an example because I like to bring the evidence to this show. You know how it is. We decode the information. We try to bring it in. But in the meantime, I'm just going to let the video run again so you guys could understand where we're coming from. And we could explain what is happening here and decode this supposed news that, is being brought by Miss whatever Anna Navarro and CNN. So let's continue with the video.
You make these sweeping statements that they're not training.
Would you like me
they're
to
not
get
training ICE.
with,
of course
with
they go through
examples
training.
of what is happening?
Of course they're training them.
Well, they're training them, then they're not learning this stuff. They're definitely violating human rights, Scott.
Well, I disagree with you.
Okay, well.
Well, look, Scott, she had a specific example. It sounds like you were unfamiliar with it.
I'm not aware of her example. Here's what I know.
Okay, so
under
you don't
Joe
know
Biden,
whether...
under Joe Biden, they didn't enforce federal immigration.
So she's using this example, and they're trying to put Scott Jennings in a situation where he doesn't know about this specific case. Consequently, the case is real because Anna Navarro brought it. Look at her face. When the faces that she's doing, like, I am the queen because I know this information, and you cannot contradict me right now because you don't know what I'm talking about. She doesn't even know herself what she's talking about, but I'm going to bring the case. I'm going to explain what's happening. I will tell you exactly why the ICE agents are doing what they're doing and why this is actually happening in some instances in where kids have to be left alone, quote unquote. So let's continue with the video.
Law now we're having hundreds of thousands of interactions.
My point is that
things will happen, but she said they are not training them. She said they're not training.
Do you think that
She was saying a specific example, and
no,
you said it
her
was
first
false.
statement was, she said,
you just
quote, they're not
acknowledge
training
that.
them.
You just
We all
acknowledge that
see
you
it.
don't know what she was
Do
referring
you think
to.
I don't know
that
what she's
scooping
talking
up
about.
U.S. citizens without giving them?
I disagree with the generalization that they're scooping up U.S.
There's
citizens.
170 that have been scooped
Well, there's
up.
over 500,000 illegal aliens that have been deported.
There's little children that have been
1.6
scooped
million
up
have
that are U.S.
self-deported.
citizens.
All right, look.
I know, you don't want the law enforced. I get it. You don't have to yell at me. You don't want the law enforced.
You're the one yelling, too.
Listen, look, it is true.
Guess what?
That
On
United
this
States
table, black and
citizens
white people can yell.
have been detained by ICE without
detained and released.
Yeah,
released.
But
Released.
whether you're detained
After
and released
hours or
after
days of
hours or
being
days,
held?
your rights may still be violated, and that's still an issue that people have a right to be concerned about.
Can I just throw a curveball? The reason why they're often detained, though, is also because of the color of their skin.
Absolutely.
No, they're not.
I mean, that's, again, a sweeping blanket general. Do you know of a specific instance where someone...
we got data for
honestly...
The answer is...
They got data for that.
The answer is...
You're saying they're not racist. You're saying they're racist. I mean, these are
I
blanket
didn't say that.
statements.
That was a blanket
That's
statement.
The
wild.
answer is yes, we do know of specific
blanket
instances
statement.
in which people, American citizens, have been arrested because they happen to be in a particular place and look a certain way. That has actually happened. They're documented. So this is
and
not
released.
guesswork that we're doing here. Yeah, but they're still detained. They're still arrested without their rights being given to them.
Okay, so that's one of the points that they're trying to make, right? That children are being left alone, that ICE is not being trained correctly because they are arresting, U.S. citizens, etc. Hey, Joel, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Please make sure you share the video. So anyway, that's one of the things that they're trying to establish, right? They're trying to establish a point that children are being left alone, ICE agents are not being trained because they are supposedly arresting kids. So I brought one of these articles, right? Because again, I like to bring the received. So let's bring Cut 24. And I don't know if you're going to be able to read this article, but this is the article. I think this is the article that Ana Navarro was referring to when she says something about Cicero or something along those lines, that there was more children, etc. You know, and all that stuff. There's the, let me see if this is the one that she was referring to, because I want to find exactly the one that she was referring to. I think let's see, because I had them all open here. Here we go. I have it. Here we go. So Cicero is, I think that was in Chicago, right? I think that's the one. Yes, and this is 2 parents were detained. Let's look for that specific case, because I want to read the case together with you live. So let's see exactly what happened. And here is the supposedly the case that Ana Navarro is referring to. That will be cut 25. Let's go to cut 25 right now. So, Cicero teen described moment ICE agents detained parents left her siblings on the side of the road. Okay, so come on, this ads all the time. Let it go, people. What? How do you close this ads now? Is this with this little X on the top? There we go. Okay, so basically this is from an Eyewitness News channel, an ABC affiliate in, I guess in Chicago, right? And basically what it says is, this is no criminals, they're hardworking people. This was October 15. The case was reported at 3:38 by Maria Santana. So let's read the actual article. Let's see the content of the article. It says, in Chicago, a teenager is describing the moments United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents took away her parents after a tragic stop. The 19-year-old, this girl was 19 years old, so she was an adult with her brothers, with her siblings. So you see, this is the part that people like Ana Navarro will not tell you. This is the bullshit that CNN will put out there and try to proclaim in this scenario that ICE agents left small children alone. Let's continue with the article. The article is telling you exactly what happened. Exactly what happened, right? But Ana Navarro is just playing the game, again, of the victimization and playing the game about, no. You know, ICE agents is leaving kids alone in the street, small children. Exactly what she said. Let's bring the case, the audio back. So you listen to what Ana Navarro said. I want you to understand how snake these people are, how poisonous these people are in this type of channels. Let's listen again to that part specifically when Ana Navarro says, that's in clip number 22. Let's go back to that clip and let's listen to what she says. Let's go back.
They're shooting dogs and people that have been locked in people's bathrooms. They're abandoning small children.
They are abandoning, listen, small children's, listen,
alone in
false.
Cars while they, no, it's not false. Look it up. Don't just say false. I actually
abandoning small children. They turned the children over to HHS.
There were actually small children abandoned in a highway, in a car in Cicero.
Okay, there were children abandoned in a car in Cicero. The case that I'm reading is the one in Cicero. Okay, and it's describing exactly what happened that day. The actual article. You see how they cannot do this because, you know, they cannot bring you the article. They cannot tell you the truth because they just want you to have those feelings and touch those feelings in that cult members that they have, telling them, hey, you know, ICE is abandoning kids. ICE is killing dogs. ICE is doing this. ICE is doing that. Lies. Misinformation. Let's read the article where she's getting this information from. Again, this comes from an Eyewitness News, ABC, Channel 7, affiliate in Chicago. Okay? And he says in the article, very clearly, in Chicago, a teenager is describing the moment United States Immigration and Custom Enforcement agent took her parents away after a traffic stop. The 19-year-old was left on the roadside alone with her siblings. According to the Department of Homeland Security, their parents are living in the U.S. without legal permission. They are now being held in a separate detention center facing deportation. The video of the incident quickly spread across social media. It showed a teenage girl on the side of the road shielding, I should say, her younger siblings as ICE agents arrested their parents and older brother after a traffic stop in September. Juritsi and Cecil was hearing saying, "We don't answer questions." That's all I'm gonna say. Like no other words. So they were talking about the arrest. The 19-year-old and her 22-year-old brother Moises Jr. are speaking publicly for the first time. So there were two adults, one a 22-year-old and a 19-year-old. The 19-year-old is the one that is saying what happened. So they never left the children, the small children, abandoned in no place. That was a complete fucking lie from Ana Navarro in CNN. Facts, and that's why we decode this shit here in the Decoder Show. She's a liar. Once again, lying about what happened, lying about the incident, and putting information that is incorrect. So we decode here very clearly that Ana Navarro lied about the incident in Cicero, Chicago. Now, she could use the other examples of what is happening, and all the cases are different. And I'm going to explain exactly why these situations are happening. And it's very clear. ICE agents are doing arrests, and people are interfering with their arrest. They are being attacked. They're being sent throw rocks. In some instances, I've seen arrests that they have to abandon their arrest because people are interfering with those arrests. So what's happening is ICE agents have to find the fastest way to solve the problem with if there's kids in the area, right? So the official policy from ICE is Directive 11064.3. Interest of non-citizen parents and legal guardians. Requires agents to, number one, ask if an arrested person has children or dependent present or elsewhere. Allow the person, if possible, to make care arrangement, if possible. So it's part of their training on the Directive 11064.3 to try to allow the person, if possible, to take care of the arrangements. Number three, ensure when feasible, again, this is very important, when feasible, that a responsible adult or family member, friend, or local authority assumes custody before ICE departs. And again, this is why you see people so stupid like Ana Navarro making these comments, because she doesn't even know the actual official policy that is 11064.3 from the ICE, from the ICE official website. That it is required due to do those three things. And I repeat, ask if the arrested person has a children or dependents present or elsewhere. Where? Ooh, I cannot even speak English. Elsewhere. Allow that person, if possible, to make care arrangements, if possible. Ensure when feasible, and there's a big comma, ensure, comma, when feasible, comma, that a responsible adult, family member, friends, or local authority assumes custody before ICE departs. What's happening? ICE have to go in and do this arrest really fast because they're afraid of the attacks. They're afraid of how people are dealing with them. You see, this is not happening when a cop arrests a person, right? So that's the problem. If a parent declines to come, there was another case, a parent declined to pick up the kid. The kid was like a teenager and he was close to their house, so they allowed the kid to walk to their house with a friend, with a neighbor. So this is the kind of things that they don't explain to you. This is the kind of thing that they use as a narrative to try to tell you, no, ICE is doing this bad things, leaving kids alone, but they don't explain exactly what's happening. They tell you things that are not factually correct, and they try to sell you these things. And over again, we see this because that's the way that they create that hate against that group, against that person, against, whatever it is that they want to create that hate. Trump, ICE, whatever. The cops, at one point, it was the same thing. So again, we're here to decode the information. We're here to give you the facts. And so it's not factually correct that ICE agents are leaving kids abandoned like CNN is trying to portray in this piece that they're trying to do with Ana Navarro and trying to put out there and trying to, make Scott Jennings look bad because he didn't know about the case. Well, we read the case here in Cicero in Chicago, and it's not true that the kids were left abandoned like Ana Navarro tried to say. She was a complete fool and a liar and bringing misinformation into CNN like they always do, trying to get to the feelings of people. And again, there is a clear directive that says that if possible, they would try to get someone to, get those kids, those teenagers, and when feasible, they could do it. And again, that directive, you could read it on their ICE website. It's 11064.3. So the training that they are taking is the correct training. And CNN is lying to the public and to the listeners again. It's that simple, like they always do. Well, people, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in this Decoder Show. We are trying to decode clips and things that happen online. I hope that this information is informative for you, and I will see you on our next short clips. This is short clips that I'm going to be creating for you. So I will see you on the next one.